am on my way to Argentina, and I don't like turbulence, and I was very worried. I still am a bit, because there's this big storm in New York, and I've actually done a lot of research on how to figure out turbulence and then try to get myself over it, but here we go. So I'm all checked in and I'm waiting for my flight to leave in a couple hours, and yeah, the whole researching for the turbulence was like, I found all these apps like Turbly and Windy and Flight Tracker, and then I decided I was making myself more crazy trying to pay attention to all of it, and I would just have faith. So here I am, and we'll be taking off soon. Sadly, there was so much rough air, they discontinued the alcohol service, so I didn't get any wine. I had to stick with water. Woohoo! Made it to Buenos Aires safe and sound. All right, I made it to Buenos Aires, turbulence and no alcohol at all. And I'm now in the airport, and since it's impossible to get Argentinian pesos in America, you should plan to get them at the airport, but here at the airport it wasn't so obvious to find where. So let me show you. I had to ask at the tourist office, look for the Starbucks, and then you'll see right across from it, it says Banco, and you gotta go there. There's several banks back here. I'm gonna go to HSBC. I just arrived in my Airbnb, and for $30 a night, this is so cute. I'm in the Recoleta neighborhood, very safe area, and this is just perfect for one person, probably even two. There's a double bed, but actually very comfortable for one person. And when you get money out here, wow, when I was here in 2019, the dollar was worth 54 pesos. Today, $1 is worth somewhere between 800 and 1200 pesos. I mean, that's today. In 2 hours, it might be different, no joke. And the difference is, though, that they raised all the prices too. So like, while 54, I remember in 2019, it was just pretty cheap here. And now things, a meal might cost like 20,000 pesos, which is like $20. So even though it seems like the dollar would be worth a lot, because they raised the prices, it's actually not completely accurate, but I'll get into that. And getting money out of the bank it's baffling, because you have to take out these large amounts and they have really small bills. I got 20,000 pesos out because I just couldn't get my head around, like, I'm not going to carry like 50,000 or 100,000 pesos right now. When I'm in foreign countries, I love checking out the supermarket and all the strange things that they have, or normal things, but I don't know, it's kind of fascinating, and seeing everything in different languages. Apparently, all this food is too unhealthy to eat. I'm looking forward to trying out a bunch of different yerba and for my yerba mate once I get a mate. I'm happy to report that despite the inflation, an excellent pour of Malbec is still under $2. This is the Buenos Aires subway. You buy your subway card here at a ticket window, and you can refill it at many of the machines in the station, cash only, as well as some places above ground. But it's pretty easy to just insert your bills and refill. And to use your card, you simply go into any turnstile that says Sube card, and you swipe your card. Make sure you swipe it on the part that's the actual swiper part. I've messed up a couple of times. So that machine didn't say Sube. This one does. So make sure you're paying attention when you go into the subway system. Ateneo bookstore in Buenos Aires. It's quite beautiful, and there is an elevator that you can take up to the second floor and have this wonderful view as well. I thought you had to stand online and buy a ticket, but nope, it's free. Just look for the elevator, which is right near the line to buy your books. There's also a staircase if you want to be a little bit less lazy. Well, this is sad. A high windstorm a few months ago apparently damaged this beautiful flower, which normally opens and closes according to the time of day. So I guess it will be in repair for a while. This is a view of the Plaza Francia, the French plaza, which is in Recoleta near to the cemetery. It's a beautiful day in Buenos Aires and nice temperature change from New York for the spring. Well, our spring in America, I should say North America. And the first couple days I come to a new country, I try to be a little bit careful where and when I take my cell phone out. So far in Recoleta, where I'm staying, it's pretty safe. So I felt very comfortable taking out my cell phone, but definitely something I recommend when you go to a new city, especially as a full-time traveler. As you adapt to that new city, look around you, be aware of what kind of people are in the areas that you're going and what other people do with their cell phones if they're taking them out in public and not paying attention like many of us do, or if you need to kind of sequester into a little space off the street to use your cell phone. It was a little challenging to find the entrance to the cemetery for Recoleta because if you walk all around the wall, everything seems to be under construction. This church is right next to the cemetery, and what a lovely day to just take all of this in on my way there. This is the Recoleta Cemetery. It reminds me a lot of Père Lachaise in Paris, France. Of course, I'm looking for Eva Peron's grave, and even though this is much smaller than Père Lachaise Cemetery, it still wasn't completely easy to find, but once you're there, you know it. The cemetery is beautiful to walk through. When you get to some parts of it like this, you'll see some of the older graves, which unfortunately some of the names have fallen off, so it's not clear who is buried in all of these, but it's just a wonderful way to spend some time when you are in Buenos Aires. This has a very sad story. This young woman got married very young and was overseas on her honeymoon and passed away. And on the same day, her dog in Argentina also passed away, and her father made this memorial to her. Let's talk about money in Argentina. So last time I was here, I think I mentioned the dollar was worth 54 or 57 pesos. Today it is worth somewhere between 800 and 1200 pesos, which would sound like a lot of money if they didn't raise all the prices. Thankfully, you can still get a huge pour of Malbec for like $2, which is great. But when you go to take money out of the bank, probably you're gonna find that a lot of banks won't allow you to withdraw. I have a card that allows me to get the ATM fees waived, and in Argentina, I strongly recommend you have one of those cards because per transaction, I'm being charged roughly $9. And to make matters worse, I'm limited to the amount per withdrawal. So it's not that I can only take out, say you have a limit, you know, sometimes on your card of several $100s or $1,000, whatever your daily limit is for ATM withdrawals. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the banks in Argentina are gonna force you to withdraw multiple times so they can charge you multiple fees. I don't know why they can't just charge you like a percentage and let you take out whatever you want once. That's not the way it works. So I found today that I could withdraw a maximum of 40,000 pesos, which is roughly $40 or $45. And I had to keep doing that. So if I want $80, I have to do 80,000 pesos. I have to take out 2 withdrawals of 40,000 pesos. And then I get charged roughly $18 then for the 2 withdrawals. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. But add to that they aren't printing large bills now. So you can only get, I've only seen 1,000 notes. And supposedly there are 2,000 notes as well. I've only seen the 1,000. So imagine if you went to your bank in America and you withdrew $40 and the bank gave you all singles. So that's what it's kind of like. Like, this is like $40 in single bills. It's a little ridiculous, but that's what you should expect when you go withdraw money in Argentina. This is the wonderful weekend market at the Plaza Francia in Recoleta. I really love this market because of all the markets that I saw, even the one at San Telmo. I thought these were the highest quality handmade crafts. And the prices actually were pretty good. In fact, I found the prices here better than at the San Telmo market. So if you're looking for something unique and special, I strongly recommend leaving some time to go here. It's people have a late start. So like 11 or 12 in the morning till about 6 o'clock at night, you'll find people here. But if it's raining, not everyone's there. So aim for a sunny day. For now, let's head over to San Telmo for some more fun. You may be familiar with La Boca as well as the Sunday market at San Telmo. However, this area of San Telmo is a little bit beyond, and it's a kind of fun area to walk around. There's even this inside market, which sells both various souvenirs and trinkets, and is also a food market, which had some pretty interesting looking stuff to eat. Not too far away from the indoor market, there is an outdoor market as well. Not to be confused with the Sunday San Telmo market. This one is a more local artisan kind of crafts that is open, I think, on Wednesday through Saturday. And then on Sunday, these vendors kind of blend in into the wider San Telmo market. The Paseo de la Historieta, a slight walk beyond those markets, gives you the opportunity to take photos with lots of well-known Argentinian characters, including Mafalda, who was the first one you saw, which is usually packed. I got really lucky and got a photo of her all to myself. And I got a few fun photos with a bunch of the other characters as well. Overall, these are just a few really fun and playful streets to walk through when you visit Buenos Aires. If you find yourself on a Sunday with a beautiful day like this, head over to the Plaza Mayo, or Mayo, if you're not speaking Catalan, and from there, you can easily get to the San Telmo market, the one you probably know about, that is only on a Sunday. It's pretty interesting to be on the street, not on a Sunday, and see the difference in volumes of people, because on a sunny day like this, it is so crowded. And you'll just have streets and streets of different kinds of souvenirs, some of which are just inexpensive, trinkety, and some of them are better made and interesting, but can be quite expensive. And back to that Mafalda statue where I got my photo alone with her. This is what it looks like on most days, so you can see how lucky I was. Check out my next video with some helpful tips for your next visit to Argentina.